Welcome to the Ingress Insights podcast, hosted by Pokemon Trainer Jay. Ingress Insights is a podcast about the Niantic game Ingress. Listen each week for the latest news, updates and rumours. Let us know your thoughts by leaving a voice message or emailing us at the links in the show notes.
Additional intel available.
Hello agents, this is Pokemon Trainer Jay here. The Ingress team have recently shared updates about the Plus Beta Anomaly season, and it's quite a lot. So each Wednesday and Friday in October, I'll be releasing these little bite-sized episodes, the Plus Beta bite-size, and these will go through a certain topic. So if you don't want to digest everything all at once, then you don't have to. You can listen to these throughout October, know what's going on, know what's happening with Urban Ops, know what's happening with Shards, and get your information in a short, easy blast rather than have to go through the really long text from Niantic or listen to the really long-winded explanation I'll go through in a separate podcast earlier on in September. So next up, I'll say what this episode will be covering, and then we'll go over that, and then you can leave any comments, questions, or anything you want on either Spotify or YouTube, and I'll listen from there and answer any questions I can. If you're a relatively new agent or you've not done any of the events, you may not know what an XM Anomaly is. So an XM Anomaly is one of Ingress's large in-person events. There's a few events over the weekend. There's lots of fun to be had with your team. There's after parties, swag, various things to get on there. And they all happen at various locations around the world. There's some happening at the same kind of time. Some happen a lot later in the day, depending on time zones, things like that. But it's a way of getting together with players in your faction and competing and doing the anomaly. In the most recent anomalies for 2025, these have been focused on battle beacons and shards. It may all change for 2026, but certainly for the Plus Beta anomaly, that seems to be the case once again. You will see there's various links to join your faction on there. So generally for the Resistance, they use a website called Will Be Blue, and Enlightened use one called Enlightened Rocks. So you'll see links on there that you can join your faction, and then you'll get split into teams, told what's going on, be able to meet with the faction and get to grips with things. So if you can attend, do. There's obviously lots of points to be earned for your team on there. So each anomaly site for the Plus Beta event is worth up to 300 season points. So these are split across Stealth Ops, Urban Ops, the Battle Beacons, the Flash Shards, and the Anomaly Bounty. So I'll break those down in further detail in future bite-sized episodes. But for now, just know that an XM Anomaly is an event where you're on the ground with your team, competing against the other team, trying to win the most points, and you get very heated faction battles. So it's lots of fun. So do attend if you can. Just as a reminder, the anomalies for this season, you've got two on the 18th of October weekend in Valencia, Spain, Sao Paulo, Brazil. That's followed on the weekend of the 25th of October in Wellington, New Zealand, and Houston, Texas in the US. And then the final one for this anomaly season for Plus Beta is in Taiwan, Taiwan, and The Hague in the Netherlands, and that's on the 15th of November 2025. So as I said, if you can get out there, do get out there, join your faction, earn some season points, and help towards your Plus Beta badge and help your faction win the Anomaly series. Thank you, agents, for listening to the latest episode of the Ingress Insights podcast. If you'd like to support the podcast, you can do that in a couple of ways. So the easiest way to support the podcast is via Patreon. So you can find at patreon.com/Ingress Insights. And there's a free tier, a $1 a month tier, whatever that is in your local currency, and a $5 a month tier. You can check out what benefits those come with on the Patreon. One other thing you can do that's totally free that helps out a lot is rating the podcast on your podcast service of choice. So where you can leave a rating or leave comments, that always helps increase visibility. And then finally, you can follow us on various social media channels. We use most of them, but the best one to follow us on now is Blue Sky. So that's just ingressinsights.bsky.social. Search for Ingress Insights on Blue Sky, you'll find us on there. Finally, sharing the podcast with friends, family, other agents who want to listen and get updates really helps out and helps get interviews with various Ingress people or other game-related people to then increase visibility more. So anything you can do from those is great. Thanks again for listening, agents. Have a great day.
Intel package transferred.